Still of the night, I think of you. My heart beats with every thought of you. You're the one I can't let go. In your arms I find my home. Love, sweet love, it's you I'm dreaming of.
It is funny and sad at the same time to see you like this, reduced to cold stone and carved words that will never capture who you really were. 6 years, Father. 6 years I was haunted by fear. The fear of coming back home to face you and your expectations, your punishment. Never did I expect that this is how we'd meet again. Never did I think I'd be speaking to silence, to marbles and dust. You have no idea how much I hated you for all these years, old man. How much I despised you for what you did to me, what you made me do. 6 years I carried that hatred, nursed it like some poisonous thing growing inside my chest. I kept hiding with it like a coward, letting it eat away at me piece by piece. And I kept telling myself that you deserved every ounce of my rage. But now, being back home and seeing you are gone forever, seeing that you'll never get the chance to explain, to apologize, to maybe even understand what you put me through, I want you to know that I do not hate you anymore, Father. I forgive you, because the truth is that I'm just a coward who was too afraid to come home and face you while you were still breathing. I held on to my anger for you as an excuse for my own cowardice, my own inability to be the man you needed me to be. It breaks my heart truly that you are no more. But I swear to you, on your grave, on the memory of the man you were, beneath all the hardness, I will never break my vow to you, neither will I run from it again. I will protect Thalia with my life forever, even if she hates me for it, even if it destroys me. She is all that's left of the family you built, and I'll be damned if I let anything happen to her on my watch.
What the hell are you doing here, Lucienne?
Good day to you too, Thalia.
I do not care for your greetings, or your presence for that matter.
And I do not care for your childish tantrums right now.
Excuse you? Childish? You disappear for 6 years without a word, show up the day after our father's funeral, and you have the audacity to call me childish?
That is exactly what your displays are, Thalia. Childish. I was willing to swallow them because I understand you have every right to be angry, and because you are grieving, we both are. But right now, I am not in the mood for all that drama. You are not the only person grieving here, and I know this might sound shocking to you, but the universe doesn't revolve around you and your perspective.
What? How dare you?
So please, for your father's sake, for the sake of whatever peace his soul might find, just spare me a few minutes of quiet.
Watch your tone with me, you idiot. 6 years of absence shouldn't make you forget that I'm still the princess of this realm.
That smart mouth of yours will get you in trouble one day, Thalia.
I remember when you loved this smart mouth.
You promised never to speak of that again.
Well, I guess you aren't the only one who knows how to go back on their words.
Lucian, is that really you? Oh, my dear boy, when did you get back? My heart, you nearly gave me a fright standing there in the darkness.
Good evening, stepmother. It's good to see you again. You look well.
Good to see me, you sly thing. After 6 years of silence, that's all I get? Why wasn't I informed of your return? I would have prepared a proper welcome.
No one has seen you for the past week, stepmother. You've been absent.
Yes, you're right, darling. Forgive me, sweet girl. I needed time away from the palace, from the memories. Your father's death, it shattered me completely. I couldn't bear to walk those halls, to sit in those rooms where his presence still lingers.
I understand, stepmother. We all grieve differently.
Thank you for your understanding, darling. You've always been so wise, so compassionate. Your father would be proud of the woman you've become. Actually, I was just looking for you. Now that your father is gone, we need to talk about what comes next, about the future of this kingdom and your place in it.
Next, Stepmother. He was buried just days ago. The earth on his grave is still fresh. How can we think of the future when...
Yes, and I don't mean to sound heartless, my dear, but grief doesn't stop threats from knocking at our gates. The kingdom is exposed now, Thalia. Vulnerable. Our enemies smell weakness, and they're already circling like vultures. The neighboring lords are questioning the stability of our rule. Trade agreements are being reconsidered. Marriage proposals are flooding in from every corner of the realm, not out of love, but out of opportunity. We have a duty to protect what your father built, to shield his people from the chaos that follows when a throne sits empty too long.
I know, you're right. The kingdom comes first. It always comes first.
And with Lucien back, perhaps he can serve as your advisor, your protector. The people remember him, respect him. His presence alone might be enough to...
I'm sorry, Stepmother, but I have something urgent to handle before nightfall. Perhaps we can continue this conversation over dinner tonight. We have much to discuss, and I'd prefer to do so properly.
Is it just me, or is our young man dodging me? How curious.
I think it's just you. Lucian's always been abrupt when he's processing things.
We'll see about that. Either way, I'll plan a proper family dinner tonight. Something intimate, something that will remind us all what we're fighting to preserve. Don't be late, Thalia. We have much to discuss about your future.
I won't be late, Stepmother.
You look like a hot mess, brother.
Thanks a lot, Arswipe. Your sympathy is overwhelming.
I'm assuming things aren't going as you hoped with our beloved princess?
No, but her reactions were expected. There's no way she would have welcomed me back with open arms and a grin, not after what I did, not after how I left.
Do you ever think you will tell her the truth? About why you really left? Maybe she will forgive you then. Maybe she'll understand that you didn't have a choice.
There's no need for that. The truth would only hurt her more, and it wouldn't change anything. All that matters is her safety. I don't care if she hates me forever, as long as she's alive to hate me.
But what if the hatred itself becomes a weapon against her? What if her anger makes her reckless, makes her push away the very protection she needs?
Then I'll deal with that when it happens. But I won't burden her with the knowledge of what her father asked me to do, what he made me choose between.
You know it's just a matter of time before news gets out that he's dead, right? The ravens are probably already flying to every corner of the realm. And when they hear that the great king is gone, then it's only a matter of time before the secret he has kept all his life gets discovered by them. They will come for her.
I'm aware. And when they do come, we need to be ready, because this time I won't run. I took an oath, and I will stand and fight till my last breath.
Good, because I've already started reaching out to our old contacts. The Shadow Guard may be disbanded officially, but the men who served with us, they remember their oaths. They'll come when we call.
How many can we count on?
50, maybe 60 good men. Enough to form a protective circle around the princess, but not enough to wage a war if multiple houses decide to press their claims.
Then we'll have to be smart about this. Use strategy instead of brute force. We need to identify the biggest threats and neutralize them before they can organize.
Oh my god, I can't believe this.
Celia, what are you doing here?
You are really back. I couldn't believe it when Mummy told me you'd returned, so I had to come down and see for myself. Oh, how I missed you.
I missed you too, Celia. You've grown. A lot. You're a woman now. How have you been? How is your mother?
How have I been? I should be the one asking you that question. You just disappeared without a word. Where have you been these past 6 years, Lucian?
Lucian, it's 8 p.m.
Right. The dinner. Celia, dear, would you like to join me for dinner? I'm sure Stepmother would love to have you there. It might make the evening more bearable.
Wow. Sure, Lucien. Thank you for inviting me.
I wasn't prepared for how much it would hurt, stepping into this room, sitting at this table again. The dining room had always been Father's favorite place in the entire palace. He used to say that after a long day of playing king, dealing with lords and politicians, and the endless burden of the crown, this was the one place he could just be a husband and a father. That here, in this room, surrounded by the people he loved most, we were just a family. But tonight it didn't feel like family. Not without him, not with his chair sitting empty at the head of the table like an accusation, like a wound that refused to heal. Stepmother had tried. Gods, she had tried. The table was a flawless display of our favorite dishes: roasted pheasant with honey glaze, fresh bread still warm from the ovens, wine from Father's private collection. The lighting was soft and golden, cast by 100 flickering candles. Everyone looked so relaxed, as if nothing had been torn apart, as if we hadn't just buried the man who held our entire world together, and it clawed at my nerves. But not nearly as much as the sight of her. Celia, daughter of the High Priestess and my lifelong rival, a persistent thorn in my side since childhood, always there, always competing. She'd had a crush on Lucian since we were children, following him around like a lovesick puppy, batting her eyelashes and giggling at everything he said, and she'd never outgrown it. If anything, it had gotten worse over the years. Meanwhile, I'd never outgrown my desire to shove her down a very long flight of marble stairs. What was she even doing here? Who had invited her here? Shameless, clingy, overdressed in a gown that was far too revealing for a family dinner. I watched her drape herself over Lucian like some lovesick leech, her hands constantly brushing his arm, her lips far too close to his ear as she whispered things that made him smile. And he didn't even flinch. No, the bastard actually seemed to be enjoying it. He grinned at her stories, laughed at her jokes, let her touch him like she had every right. Man whore. The urge to reach across the table and slam her perfectly coiffed head into the mashed potatoes was violent. I imagined the satisfying crunch, the way her makeup would smear, the shock on everyone's faces. But I breathed through it, because I will never lose my cool over Lucian and his silly girlfriend. Not today, not ever. I'm determined to stay cool until this dinner is over, and I was staying cool until Stepmother cleared her throat and said,
As we gather here tonight to honor the legacy of your father, to remember the great man he was and the kingdom he built, it is only right that we also look toward securing the future he dreamed of, which is why I'm pleased to announce that Thalia will be getting married in a month.